This is my presentation on Leonardo Pisano, also known as Fibonacci. So who was he exactly? Well, we know he was sent to study calculations in Syria, Egypt, Sicilian province by his father. Each country allowed him to study different methods of calculations and numerical systems. He was responsible for writing the Liber Abaci, the first European work on Mediterranean and Indian mathematics. That's not all he did, however. He also introduced the decimal system and other new arithmetic methods to Europe. His education was very different from what we know today. He was mentored by an Arab master and traveled to study other mathematicians' works around the globe. So, Leonardo Pisano, also known as Fibonacci, was an Italian mathematician born in 1170. He lived to the age of 70, dying in around 1240. No one knows the exact date of birth or date of death, since little is known about him. His early childhood did involve traveling the world to further his education. In 1202, he published the Liber Abaci and later published Practica Geometriae in 1220. 5 years after that, he dedicated his Liber Quadratorum to Emperor Frederick II, who was a big fan of Fibonacci. So his most famous achievement by far is the Fibonacci sequence mentioned in the Liber Abaci. And essentially what this is, it's a sum, it's like a sequence where each number is the sum of the two previous numbers. So 0 and 1 equal 1, 1 and 1 equal 2, and 2 plus 3 equals 5, and so on. So the reasons for why I chose to do a report on Fibonacci, well, first of all, I've always found the Fibonacci sequence interesting and wanted to learn more about it and its history. Second of all, I've actually never really gotten to learn quite as much as Fibonacci compared to other mathematicians we know about, so I decided to choose him. And third of all, I wanted to know uh, what kind of connection the Fibonacci sequence had to the golden ratio. I know that he had some connection, but I didn't know what exactly, so I wanted to learn more about that. So my reflection, so doing the researching Leonardo Fibonacci allowed me to discover his contribution to mathematics, specifically how he helped spread Mediterranean and Indian mathematical concepts. I found it interesting how the ratio between the numbers in the Fibonacci sequence approached the number A, also known as the golden ratio, and that was really interesting. I like the freedom we got in who we got to research and how we presented it. And I think dressing up as a mathematician also added a nice element to the project, which I also really enjoyed. And the project in general was just really fun to do. And yeah, so these are my sources. I only used two. They were pretty helpful and informative. Again, thank you for listening and have a nice day.